Welcome to the Speakers Don't Lie, where we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth when it comes to being an independent recording artist. I'm your host, WesTheTech, creator and founder of WesTheTech Productions, and I'm basically here to empower you as a recording artist to build a full-time music business so that you no longer have to work outside of your craft, all right? I did it, and I know that you can do it too, all right? Now, for today's episode, I'm going to bring in a good friend of mine named Nikko. All right. He's a cool dude. You know, we talk music all the time. You know, he just dropped a project, the Bodega tapes, and I absolutely love it. And I'm just so excited to bring him on. And I think he's ready now. So we're just going to jump right in and get to talking music. Let's see. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah,
What's good, brother? I see all that lighting in the back. What, you in the stew?
Yeah, man. Right after this, I gotta get working on a session. So I figured, why not use this space?
I feel you. Smart. Work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly.
For sure. Well, like I was telling everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like we recently met, you know what I'm saying? But I love your vibes, you know what I'm saying? You all about God, all about making great music. So I'm so excited to, have you on and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I definitely want to ask you, of course, because this episode, I'm going to really get to know you as well. As much as everybody who's watching, I'm really trying to get to know you. You feel me? So first things first, I'm going to ask you a couple of easy questions, just so people could kind of feel who Nikko is and everything like that. And then we're going to get to some more nitty gritty, independent music business stuff. Make sense?
Let's do it, man.
All right.
Ready.
First and foremost, before I ask you any questions, explain to me what loudmouth is. Where did that name come from? Because I think your real name is Nikko. I don't know. Is it Nikko or loudmouth? Like what? Give me the scoop. What's the deal?
Yeah. So my full first name is Nicholas, but I feel like I'm too young and old for that.
I feel
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
like Nikko is just short, sweet, to the point.
Word.
Loudmouth came out from college. I went to Nyack College at
Word.
Oakland.
Word.
And during my time there, I got really close to the spiritual formation staff, and they had asked if I could create a small group for creatives. And I was kind of upset because they asked me close to my senior year.
Oh,
so I'm thinking,
yeah.
I won't even be able to enjoy it. Why do you want me to create something just to leave it? It didn't make sense to me at first.
Yeah.
And then God was like, look, you're arguing too much. If you were to do it, how would it look?
Yeah.
God has a sense of humor because he'd make you do it without you realizing.
Of course.
So
that's how God works.
I drew a blueprint of like what this would be and what I would call it, and then the name Loudmouth came up. And the reason behind it was growing up, I found that a lot of creatives were held back because mainly of themselves. They were too scared to pursue their giftings. They felt like they weren't good enough to showcase what God had given them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give them a platform to work on their craft, to be surrounded by people who would help them grow, and be the loudest people for God as possible.
I love that so much. Yeah.
So
yeah. That's beautiful.
That's where it came from, man.
Word, that's beautiful. Yeah, that got to stick with you because that's deep, man. That's deep and it's real. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to, this day and age. I feel like, us as Christians, we got to be even louder, because there's so much noise nowadays. There's so much distraction, so much, misleading going on and things like that. So we got to really be, like you said, loud about it. You know what I mean? So that's absolutely what's up, man. That God is good, man. That's a beautiful history to that day. for sure. All right, so let me ask you this. All right, so tell people a little bit about yourself, especially where you're from.
Yeah, man. So Bronx, New York, born and raised.
Bronx, okay.
New York, Bronx native. Feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, man. I was raised mainly around the Parkchester area. I grew up right by St. Helena's Church, is right there on Westchester Ave. And I was always involved with music to an extent. I actually grew up more of a b-boy, so I used to be in the streets, break dancing, any party, no shame. I tried to do the windmill as much as I could. I was that guy.
Word, that's what's up.
But then, at 7th grade, that's when hip hop really became alive to me. I started listening to the lyrics more, and my recess times turned into cipher times. All the people in my class just wanted to get in the middle, start doing ciphers. Girls throwing bars, guys throwing bars.
Yeah.
I couldn't rap, so they just
Yeah.
kind of threw me in there.
Yeah.
And at the time, I thought rapping was curse word, your mama.
Yeah.
I bombed, bro. I was horrible.
Yeah.
But somebody told me, like, yo, why don't you just write and it'll come out better? And I'm like, obviously, let me try it.
Yeah.
So it was about a few months of that. And one time I'm writing to a Eminem and 50 Cent record.
Yeah.
With Nate Dogg, you know, I'm just going at it. And then I hear a voice.
That was probably off the Chronic or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg, too, man. His hooks were legendary.
Sure.
But, like, as I'm writing, I felt a voice just say, why don't you write for me? And the minute I figured it was God. And I'm like, all right, dope. Mind you, I wasn't a Christian at the time. Like, I knew of God, and I was at church, and I just started going to a Christian church.
Wow.
But I had no real defining relationship. It was just, all right, God said it, I'm doing it.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, man. So that just started me on my journey. I spent most of my time crafting my art within my old church. They gave me a platform, allowed me to exercise this gifting. And now it's many years later, 3 projects in, meeting incredible people like yourself, and honestly just trying to see how far God's going to take this.
Man, that's so beautiful, because it's like, isn't that how God works? You get what I'm saying? Like, he called the people he calls, it's like they least expect it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even back when you think of like Moses was like, bro, I'm not trying to do nothing, bro. Like, why me? Like, I can't even speak, and you want me to go lead people? I got a speech impediment. It's like, nah, I like to call the imperfect people. You get what I'm saying? And it's so dope that, you know, you, like you said, you know, you hadn't really developed a relationship with them yet, but yet he still called you to do this. You know what I'm saying? And what's beautiful is, like, when he calls you, he sets that path for you. Like, things just start coming left and right. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's a beautiful thing. So, like, you went from getting thrown into the cipher pits to, like, yo, let me start writing. See, I like that, because a lot of artists, you know, this whole freestyling thing, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of artists who's like, yo, I'm just going to freestyle. I'm going to freestyle. I have this motto: if you can write better than you freestyle, write. It's that simple. You know, don't make it complex. You don't get no extra credit for freestyling. I don't think anybody puts on their discography, oh, I freestyled this song, I freestyled. Nobody cares. If the record is good, the record is good. You get what I'm saying?
Very true.
But I get it. You know, I know the history of hip hop and things like that, so I get it. But it's great that you was like, you know what? Let me write this down and see what I can come up with. And look at you now. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. So check me out. So you're from the Bronx, all right?
That's right.
So I need a preference before I ask you that. You from the Bronx. Who's your biggest music inspiration? I know there's probably going to be a bunch, because there's a lot of people coming out of the NY. So, but
no, there is, but it's hard because you're asking me that in different eras, right? So,
okay.
For instance, like I have, for one, Give It's a Big Pun. Looking for somebody closely to me from the DX, who made a lot of noise and gave so much respect to the culture. I obviously leaned on him, you know. But when you think mogul, when you think business-wise, I had to lean on Jay-Z. His mind is incredible. Very methodical when it comes to the music business. So, you know, you got to lean on that.
For sure.
But to be real honest, the time that I started rap was the same time that I actually started my Christian journey. So I immediately turned to Lecrae. And this was like before, like, you know, Rebel became like a big thing. And Rehab was a thing. So, like, he was very underground when I heard it. And I still
when he first started.
Yeah, you know, so that honestly was something that I aspired, because at that moment, it wasn't about, I want to be the illest rapper out. It was, all right, I have this gift, but I have someone I need to honor. How can I do both? And I felt like Lecrae in his early hungry stages, that's what he did. You know, like, mistakes aside, he is still an example of you could still be perfect in your craft while still serving a perfect God. And I felt like that was the staple for me and what I was going to, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love that, bro. And it's crazy because, like, of course, you know, being a Christian as well, you know, I've always been connected to just, I mean, I'm connected to all music, but Christian music definitely holds a special place in my heart. And I know one of the first artists. I mean, I'm older than you, so this is before Lou Cray. Like when Lou Cray was really just started, there was a guy named the Ambassador. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm talking about.
But come on, cross movement. You can't forget
I'm
cross
being
movement,
like
bro.
that. Listen,
man.
man, it is so crazy because it's like I have almost a similar history. Like growing up, like I used to listen to hip hop all the time, and Eminem was like my biggest artist. This before I was Christian, but once I started that Jesus walk, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I can't listen to Eminem no more. That dude kind of crazy, you know. So I'm like, what can I listen to that could kind of combine God and hip hop, you know? And a good friend of mine introduced me to the Ambassador, you know what I'm saying? And the Thesis, I think was the album that he put me on, you know what I'm saying? And
legendary. You pulling
oh
out
my
the
goodness.
artifacts,
And I was
bro.
just like,
You
this
coming with
is
the
it.
archives.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
thesis, bro. That's crazy.
The Thesis, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, and when you listen to Ambassador, I mean, you hear the up north in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luke, he more down southish, you know what I'm saying? Ambassador, but that's what's up. I had like a very similar history with that. So that's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. So let me ask you this. All right. So I know you say you started, you know, back in school, you know, getting into ciphers and stuff, but like, what inspired you to do music in the first place? Like, was it just the camaraderie or?
No, there was a particular concert that I was able to be a part of. I ended up doing a cover of All the Above by T-Pain and Mano.
Yes.
So you know,
Another
I
New
rewrote my
Yorker,
verse.
you know.
I had a close friend do the hook, and incredible moment, live performance. It was beautiful. It was the first time that I actually got a testimony that coincided with my performance.
Word.
One of those, if it wasn't for you or if it wasn't for your performance.
Yeah.
And, you know, like for most other rappers who perform mainly for the world, it's like, yo, you are so dope, man. That was incredible. But it means something for us when we actually hear God used what we did to uplift someone, encourage someone, free someone. And that was the light bulb where it was like, I could actually do this. You know, I can actually pursue this, and it can actually be used for his glory. It can be used to set people free. And that was mainly my motivation at that point. Because I was at that point I was also trying to figure out my calling. And I don't believe rapping or performance is at all calling. But I believe it can be an instrument of it. And I believe the calling that I have is to inspire, is to teach, and to encourage. Inspire people to be more than what they believe that they were, to teach them how God has set the standards for that.
Love that.
And then just, you know, just to encourage them to keep following it despite whatever, you know, pitfalls they have. So in that, I just saw that develop in how I crafted my lyrics from that point on. I got more vulnerable with the things that I was going through in the past. And because I felt like if I couldn't be free to tell my story, other people wouldn't either. And I had some backlash with that, you know. Particular loved ones weren't happy about certain things. I've lost a few friends because of it, but it just enriched the fact that, hey, I am who I belong to.
Transparency is the truth. It's the truth. Man. You know, and man, I feel that, man. There's a lot that you said in there that I just want to just pick. Definitely. When you let me go to that one first. When you say you don't believe rapping performing is a calling, I feel that. I feel that because it has to be more than that. It can't just be that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that so much. Like I think of like even in the secular world, you know, when I see like Lil Baby or something, you know, like going to the streets and feeding the homeless, and I see stuff like that, I'm like, this is what it's for. You get what I'm saying? Like. I don't believe that you can make that God puts you in a place to make millions and millions for yourself. Like, I mean, you can get the biggest house you want, 10 cars, all of that. You still got like 50 million left over, and you just gonna sit on it? Nah, I don't think that's how. That's how.
No,
you know,
you're absolutely right. We're called to serve unto others. I mean, Christ came to be the least of these. So how arrogant can we be to act like we could be better than anyone else? Like,
there you go.
but anything we have, we're meant to serve. This is just another way to do it, you know?
For sure, for sure. And that's just, man, that's heartfelt. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel that. I feel that so much because even, you know, like when I started doing music, you know, I was also a youth leader for my church. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, it ended up being like a hand-in-hand thing. You know what I mean? So, but it's, and you feel so fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You feel, it's like, yo, like, God is amazing. You know, I get to do what I like to do, but still honor him at the same time. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you said Lecrae is your biggest, so would be your biggest inspiration, I guess.
Yeah.
Overall,
I would say yeah.
For sure, for sure. All right, so let me ask you this: if there was one artist, it probably is gonna be Lecrae, but I'll ask you anyway. If there was one artist that you would have to that you could do a song with, out of all the artists ever, there was one artist that like your dream feature, who would it be?
KB.
Oh!
KB.
You threw me a curve. You threw me a curve. I thought you were gonna say Lecrae. I want to say KB. All right, why?
Yo, I love Lecrae. Don't get me wrong, bro. Word. I love Lecrae. And hopefully in the future there will be a collab. But like ever since KB came in with Weight and Glory, you resonated with me. And yeah, I follow his career tightly after that.
Yeah.
And the thing that matters to me most is, cool, you're an artist. What else? Right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I was able to see just from the snippets of things that he would post or just from what he would like preach on, how much of a missionary he is. Like how he's working in the communities in Florida, starting a small group of the men in his life. Even how much of a family man he is. That's how intentional he is about putting that. Those are personal dreams for me. Like I hope I do get to that caliber of artistry. Yeah. But I also want to be able to bring my family along. I don't want them to suffer in my music. I like to let them grow up in it. For sure. You know, so and then just like that last album, His Glory Alone, blew me away. Like the samples that he used from worship songs, hymns. Oh my God, it's
no, he got some fire tracks. I'm not gonna lie.
And it was what I was looking for years. I was trying to figure out how to still worship in rap because I felt like rap is such a raw, aggressive, powerful form of it. Yeah. But there was no way to make it intimate. So I tried to do that with some of my songs after. Yeah, he dropped this project, and I'm like, no. Now there is a way to do it. And just to sit and just to sit and talk to him. Yeah. To, like, talk ministry, talk family.
Like, forget the music. Like, you just want to be in the room with him.
I just want to be with him and Lecrae, just to chop it up with him. But yeah, because at the same time, I'm very energetic in my performances like KB. So I know we would shut any stadium down. I know that the lyrics would be so God felt. Yeah. So pretty. Because I know I'm not going to. So we'll talk about the album later, but there's a particular song that I knew I needed to go bar for bar with people. Yeah. And I was like, with me, I'm not about to let you one up me. So I know I'm not going to have AB come at me. I'm going to be like, yo, all right, we going to have a sword fight. Let's do this. Like, I love it.
You probably one of those that if you did your verse first, they send it over. If you hear the other verses now, send the record back. I'm gonna do my verse again. I'm gonna do it. Nah, he can't. I gotta have the best. Hey, I feel that though. I feel because you want to make sure people know that you went as hard as you could. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to touch on is the whole transparency factor, bro. I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I have any issue with the CHH community, it would be that right there. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, and it happens to pastors too. It happens to pastors, it happens to preachers, like when they become transparent of the battles that they're going through or the battles that they even beat already. You get what I'm saying? They tend to lose members. They tend to lose listeners. And it's like, like, we're all imperfect. Like, none of us are perfect. You get what I'm saying? Why would you turn away from this person because he's giving you this truth? He's telling you what his battle with instead of praying with him. You get what I'm saying? Or helping up. You get what I'm saying? It's the weirdest thing. And it's crazy because that's what happens in the ambassador. You know what I'm saying? That kind of the void that the ambassador left is the void is where Lucre stepped in at. Because at the time when the ambassador, a lot of people don't know this, but when the ambassador was about to reach his peak, he had a family issue with his wife and everything like that. And he told everybody, got dropped from the label, cut everything, took him off the shelves, everything. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Our community is ironically unforgiving.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, it's like, yo, like, so you mean to tell me Gucci Man and them, they can rap about whatever they want all day long. You get what I'm saying? And never get pulled off the shelf. But the moment a Christian artist reveals some transparency, now he the devil. Like I don't get it.
I think it's a battle between commercial and quality, right? And the reason behind it is, with commercial stuff, you're just looking for hits. And that's what most people tend to look for in music. Like, I just want something to make me feel good.
Yeah.
But it's the quality that stands out and lasts. Like, I look at like songs. Well, I was hosting a wedding last night, so there was that one song, and they were just doing that dance.
Okay.
That's a commercial record, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in its time, it'll pass.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if you play "Rich Hitters" by J. Cole.
Yeah.
I only say hitters because I don't want to,
Yeah.
That will still resonate with people. Like, people still request that song.
Yeah.
And that's because J. Cole got real intimate about, like, the perspective that he had with, being in the place where he used to hate, like, the rich and the upper class. And now he's become that. So how do you... So wrapping that to a community that suffers the same middle class, high class tension, that's gonna resonate. And I feel like in CHH, we're spending too much time trying to play catch up with the commercial standard, as opposed to just creating unique, momentous songs. Things that don't need a timeline to, I need to make something like Pop Smoke. I need to make something like NBA Young, like something that. Because at that point, you're just trying to play catch up. You're trying to be the next somebody else, as opposed to be the person God made you to be as an artist.
Yeah,
you have your fan base. You'll grow in that. Ironically, you have people outside in the world who think you're better than most of these other cats.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's the transparency portion. They don't need another Pop Smoke. The world needs another you. So it's like, let's hear your story. Let me get a little bit of what makes you unique. Yeah. And let me fall in love with you and your music.
Yeah. Oh, that's big. That's deep. Like, who are you? I don't need another. I want to get to know who you are. I don't need another Pop Smoke. I don't need another Lil Wayne. You're right. And I think a lot of the industry altogether is kind of like that. I feel like everybody kind of sounds like Young Thug and Lil Baby now. You know what I'm saying? Like, every new artist, I'm like, yo, what? Like, how is this even possible? That uniqueness is deteriorating. But like you said, when it comes to the CHH community, it's like, and you can almost feel it too. You can almost feel when someone is kind of just doing a record to kind of just fit the times versus someone who's really trying to, like, bring you to the heavens. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could feel it. Like, the Holy Spirit usually leads with that. But I definitely feel where you're coming from. That's what's up. Yeah. So let me ask you this. All right, this is an interesting question. So, if you had one album to listen to for the rest of your life, meaning every other album in existence disappears, you're stuck on an island, you got a boombox with batteries for days, and you only got one album to listen to, what album would it be?
To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick.
Yeah!
To Pimp a Butterfly. No, bro, that's a classic. It's so it's so incredible. Like, from track one to the last, you can listen to it and not get bored. Like, it evolves as you play through it, and it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
I've always loved things that weren't just about commercial. Like
Yeah.
he obviously had it mixed and mastered to a point where it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But the creativity and the
Oh my
concept behind
goodness.
it,
Yeah.
come on, bro. I felt like there was points I felt like I was in Louisiana. There's
Yeah.
points I felt like I was in the hood. Like
Yeah.
he really like orchestrated that so well. Even that
Yeah.
unspoken word part it. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, bro, I got so excited when you said that because I was waiting for somebody to give that album some love, bro.
Bro, that album is
You know,
amazing. What you
you know
mean,
what I'm
bro?
saying? I mean, of course, a lot of people, they always say like Good Kid, Mad City and everything like that. Yeah, I get it. It's a little bit more commercial, but yo, To Pimp a Butterfly was like everything, bro. Like it was so poetic. It was just
Mhm.
everything. You get what I'm saying? Like he could have retired off of that. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm done. I gotta make no more music. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
That's
and it's
what's
so
up.
true, man. Cause like, and that's what I mean by unique.
Yeah,
Cause no one else is doing music like that.
yeah.
He
That's
came
what's
in,
up.
did it, and left, and now will forever be a staple now. You
That's
know what I
what's
mean? At
up.
least personally to me, it's like, who else is putting that much creativity in what they write and how they go
Yeah,
about it? And
that's
like, that's one of
facts.
those, like, Jay-Z always said it. You can never just, sit down 24 hours and after
Mhm.
one listen, critique an album. You
Yeah.
can't. There's too
Woo,
much
that's big.
creativity, too much that was put into it for you to be like,
Yeah,
oh, I know everything good and bad about it. No, you don't.
yeah. No,
You
you
don't
don't.
know the
Not
nuances that went into every verse, into
You're
every
right.
bit of the production. So
Yeah,
with Pimp a Butterfly, bro, I spent the entire month just listening to that,
yeah.
dissecting it, and it was beautiful how he did
Beautiful.
it.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's same thing. When I heard it, it was the same thing for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like what the world is missing. Everybody needs to listen to this right now. And it came at a time. It came at a risky time. You get what I'm saying? Considering the landscape of music at that time, you know what I'm saying? So, but he didn't care. He was just like, the world needs to
Well,
hear Pimp a
but even
Butterfly.
then, it wasn't just
Mhm.
a risky time for music, and I think this is why, especially us as CHH artists,
Yeah,
we need to pay attention
yeah,
because he used his platform to deliver a message
yes,
that
he
was
did.
needed for that era.
Yes, he
As
did.
someone once said it, and I'm still trying to see if I agree with it personally.
Yeah.
But as artists, we're more so of the prophets of today, and mainly
Mm.
because not because we see things before its time, none of that like
Hmm.
futuristic stuff, but we are given a responsibility to deliver a word in its time.
Amen.
So during that time, with the political unrest that was going on,
Yeah, absolutely.
with stuff of that nature, when you
Yeah.
listen to the songs, like he's referencing stuff with like Uncle Sam and the black
Everything,
community and
bro.
stuff in such a
Everything.
unique way.
Yeah.
When current CHH artists are finding it difficult to touch on some of the issues that are happening today,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we're given that charge to say, listen, we are the ambassadors of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Should we not have more of a say of what's going on now
Ooh.
than people who have no idea what true redemption looks like?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
when I look at that and I consider that in my music, I try to write it from that fact of what does the world need today and what can I give it?
Yeah.
What can I teach? What can I,
Yeah.
present to them? Things of
Yeah.
that nature that would work for the times of today.
Absolutely, man. That's so beautiful, bro. And that's so real, especially, oh my gosh, the way you articulated that when it comes to us being the ambassadors, it's just so real. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
because we have that responsibility, like you were saying, we have to be authentic. We have to be real. We have to talk. We can't shy away from these issues. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we're the ones to kind of have to steer people in the direction how to handle this issue as a Christian. You get what I'm saying? Like when this topic comes up, okay, what do we do as Christians? When this topic comes up, what do we do as Christians? You get what I'm saying? If we're shying away from all of these touchy subjects, then it's like, yo, like who are people gonna listen to? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So man, that's so powerful. Bro, you don't know how happy I am when you said To Pimp a Butterfly. Like that's it to me, bro. That's that's like in my top 5. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Not same, bro.
yo,
Same.
it's
Same.
up
That's
there. It's up
yeah,
there.
bro.
And it's one of those albums that you can't just pull out a song and listen to it. You got to listen to it from the top to bottom. If I
Bottom.
can't finish it, I don't even start it. I'm like, yo, if I press play, that thing will go straight through the hole.
No, for real, man, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. My boy Daddy's joined in. He said, great perspective. Oh, what's going on? Zell Music also jumped in too. Got a couple of people jumping in. That's what's up. All right, for sure. So now we're gonna get to a little bit of the nitty gritty stuff. All right. So I definitely wanted to get you on primarily because, of course, you're a CHH artist, but you're also an independent artist as well. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have a different perspective than, my other guests so far. You get what I'm saying? So this question would be, what's the hardest part about being an independent artist for you?
The most difficult part about that, I guess, would be the support. And that's mainly because, at first you don't see it. So it goes into, you get very like introspective. Am I doing the right thing? Should I keep pursuing? And sometimes it doesn't even come from the people you would expect. Those that will rock with you, those your day ones, sometimes aren't the ones that are promoting your music. Sometimes aren't the ones that are paying for your merch or stuff. But what I've come to realize is those that your music impacts will show the support. So it's being consistent with your message, your brand, who you say you are in your music, and that's gonna resonate with whomever your audience ends up being. So it's just about really finding out who likes your music as much or more than you.
What I like to call that your true fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The true fan base isn't necessarily gonna come from your house, come from your circle. You know what I'm saying? Your true fan base could be somewhere in Australia, for all we know. A guy in Australia could be a part of your true fan base, and that's deep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll say for me, I'm a little bit fortunate. My day ones like support me like crazy, and I support them. You know what I'm saying? But I know most people don't get that support. You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of weird because it's like, especially when you're doing it for God, you're making Christian music. That's when it's like weird. It's like, okay,
so
even if you don't like the music, you gotta at least support me because I'm talking about God. Like, it's like, bro, you're not, you know what I mean?
So that's weird, right? Because by the end of the day, there should still be excellence in music. I wouldn't want someone to support me if my mix was trash.
Very true. Very true.
Why am I not investing enough in myself to make my music top quality? Because by the end of the day, regardless of the topic, because a lot of what we talk about does build tension. Yeah. But you can't argue that it's not dope music. You know what I mean? Very true. By the end of the day, that's, as an artist, what your music deserves. It has to deserve the time and patience for every detail. As a mix and mastering engineer yourself, you should know, like, I refuse to release something that I didn't think was mixed and mastered to the best of my ability or to the best of somebody else's. Because regardless of, let's say I'm also considering, record label heads. I'm also considering Lecrae if it ever pops up on his newsfeed. Like, oh, who is this cat? And if he listens, it goes, why does he sound so muffled? That's trash. So it's like, on one end, I get it. Like, sometimes the content may not be what you agree with. On the other hand, it's, I want to make sure my music is at a place where, regardless if you don't agree with the content, you can't lie, this ain't a bop. You know what I mean? Like, and that's really it. I feel like most people, especially in CHH, they use God as an excuse to not create dope music. They just say, oh, I'm a Christian, you should support. You're a Christian artist, you should give as much emphasis on your music as God would. So that's kind of my thought process.
That's big. Yeah, absolutely. And that reminds me of there was a coworker I had, and he was a self-proclaimed atheist, everything like that. We were cool. We would have discussions, and he was always willing to have discussions, which was cool about him. You get what I'm saying? But I remember one time, we were going to lunch and everything, and his musical shuffling. And Kirk Franklin, Looking for You came on, and it was just so ironic, the conversation we had. I looked at him, I was like, wait a minute. He's like, bro, it's a dope track. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, forget what he said. I may not agree with what he say, but it's a dope track. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's kind of like what you're saying. Like at the end of the day, you can't deny a dope track. You know what I mean?
And by the end of the day, that's a door. That's a foot in the door. Out of everything else in this playlist, the drill stuff, the trap stuff, the crazy Eminem stuff.
Yeah.
There's a Kirk Franklin track, bro. That's a seed. And by the end of the day, that's gonna get nurtured by everybody else in the circle who's, talking about God, praying for him on the sidelines. So, if I could be that one song on someone's playlist to remind them God loves them, dope. That's gonna get watered eventually. So.
Big facts. And I'm not gonna lie, music is like people will piss you off as an artist. Like they will straight up piss you off because you're like, yo, like you'll make a song and they won't like it, right? Then you'll be like, you know what? I know the type of music he likes. So I'm just going to make a song like the type of music he likes. And then you're going to make that, and they still don't like it. It's like, you know what? You don't know what you like. You don't even know what you like. This is exactly the type of music that you like. And now you hear it. Is it because it's me? Is it? You know what I'm saying?
So with that said, right? With that said, so one of my brothers is like the biggest critique. And I love and hate him for it. Right? Because it's like, on one end, like, I'll be thinking, dang, I'm not good enough or whatever. But then on the other hand, it's like, no, he just believes in great quality. So he won't let me settle for any less.
Yeah.
Mind you, his thoughts on, God and stuff are varied. He has his own beliefs, respect to that.
Yeah.
So for him, it's not even a matter of like, oh, it's churchy or whatever. Is the song going to make me like pop my head or not?
Yeah.
So it took this album for him to actually listen to stuff and be like, oh, I like this.
All right.
And I'm like, the content is whatever to him, but for him, musically, he's like, oh, no, I like this.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna lie, I'm petty. I'm so petty. Like, I don't want you to like, no, I don't need that from you. I don't need your approval anymore. I'm 3 albums in it. Now you like, no. I need you to stay exactly where you were before. Keep the same energy. You didn't like nothing about music, and you still don't. I'm not. But I feel that. And it's weird because music is such a soulful experience. You know what I mean? It's like, that music is so connected to God in so many ways. It's like one person will listen to a song, they'll love it. Another person will listen to the same song and hate it. You get what I'm saying? But they may like the same genre of music, and it's like, how is that even possible? It's just how our souls are, what connects to our souls and what doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult pleasing everybody. You're never going to please everybody with your music. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not necessarily the goal, but when it comes to like your close family and stuff, you're like, dang, man, like, why don't you just, you know what I'm saying? It's tough.
Sometimes not their cup of tea.
That's it. I was just, sometimes like, they'll be like, I don't really like it. I'll be like, all right, it's just not your taste. That's cool. You can get out now. It's not your taste. That's cool. I'll see you later, bro. But you know what I mean? But nah, I definitely feel that. Support is big. And the more you grow as an artist, the more you find people in different locations who like will just like support you like nobody's business. Like, I never even met this guy before, but he posts my stuff every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's a patience thing for sure. So let me ask you this then. If you could give your younger self advice when it comes to being an artist, you know what I'm saying? What would that advice be?
I would have taken the leap sooner. I felt I was doing music since I was a kid, mind you, but I didn't pursue it heavily because I was just intimidated. By the end of the day, I've always seen hip hop as this. By the end of the day, it's a black sport. Most of the people you see on these flyers, on these commercials, don't look like me. There's just that one dude that's like, oh, okay, he kind of look like me, but it's like by the end of the day, I feel that. The higher chance of like that token white dude making it gets there as opposed to like somebody of my texture. So there was always one of those like, dang, what is the likelihood of me actually leaving a mark? With that being said, man, I'm just like, by the time I actually did jump into it, it was post a lot of stuff that happened. Quarantine was about to start. I lost my job. I lost some friends. I lost a relationship. And I was legit, I felt like God stripped everything. And all I had left was him and the music.
That's exactly how he works. That's exactly
my best friend was just like, yo, I know you in a rut, but let's actually work on music. Maybe that'll help you. That turned into a very emotional EP.
No.
But then that made me feel like, wait, maybe we got something here. Let's try some more. So shout out to Beats by Miles, my producer, best friend. He kept pushing me, and then we released my next project, Dream On.
Shout out to best friends, man. For sure.
Bro. Since I started going to my old church, like we linked like this, and then
that's what's up.
He pushed me to chase it head on. So 2019 was the start of me taking the music stuff serious.
Seriously, that's what's up.
But that was what, 3 years ago? I was 25.
Word.
I wish I had. If I had taken it this serious at 20, I would be I feel like I'd be a lot further
along. But you know what though? Like, it's one of those things. It's like we can't question God's timing sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Like it's interesting. You know, like God, your music, you started taking it serious at the lowest point. You get what I'm saying? When you were dealing with the most things, the most things stressful emotionally. You get what I'm saying? But that's how he works. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was jobless, had didn't know what to do with my life. But he was like, yeah, you're going to be a youth leader at a church. I was like, I'm going to be a what? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how he uses us. That's how he calls us. Same thing for Moses. You know what I'm saying? He was on the run. You know what I'm saying? They were looking for him. He was way in the wilderness. And now there's a flaming bush telling him to go back. He's like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel that, someone said, that's my boy right there. He said, what's the name of the album? I need more Christian hip hop the Bodega Tapes. We're gonna send you all the stuff. I'm gonna show you the whole picture and everything. It's a dope tape too. It's a dope tape. Nikko, Nikko. But we'll get to all of that. We will. We will for sure. That's what's up though. That's crazy. Doing it sooner. But you know what? You can make up for that time.
I've been running this race crazy. Like, I recently came off a show with Architect. Shout out Architect. Dope MC. I mean, he's off the album with Silas Hamilton.
Word.
And he's on his tour, the In Your Face tour, so he's doing amazing stuff as well.
Word. His name is Architect?
Architect, and then Silas Hamilton. Architect is nasty, bro.
Word. He low-key stole my name. I'm not going to lie to you. He low-key stole my name. Hold on.
So he spells it R-Q and then Tech.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
It's an acronym for Righteous Quest to Enter Kingdom. That's what it is.
Oh, he's on Teriyaki.
Yeah. No,
y'all ripped that record.
Bro, like I was raised watching these two kill it. Like, I saw them at events like Theology. I saw them in other church events.
Yeah.
And they were prime examples of what it looks like to be a dope MC and live for God.
And live for God. That's what's up.
So when I was able to like have the opportunity to work with them, it was like my
God,
it was so my good. First step to getting a track with Lecrae and KB. That's how I really felt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So believe me, I would have not saw that as an opportunity 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But I ran this race to prove my artistry and say, hey, I could bang. Like, we could do this. Like, this is all it is right now. What's up?
Yeah.
And I took classes with Stellan, so he saw my hunger. He saw like I'm someone who's a student of the craft.
Yeah.
So big ups to him. And
word. Now, I've been following him for a little minute now. Yeah, he does good stuff, man. Them boys are super talented, for sure. For sure. So, someone says sometimes unpopular demand says sometimes we have to be purged of those things. Absolutely. Purge of all the distractions, everything to really follow God's path. For sure. Now, that's what's up though. That's it. No, the tech, when I heard Architect, I was like, wait a minute, because the tech in my name is actually short for architect. It's actually West the Architect. You get what I'm saying? But I put WesTheTech, so that's fine because he does it with an R and Q. Nobody's gonna figure that out. I'll take it. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's what's up, man. That's a beautiful thing. All right, so this is my favorite question. My favorite question. Everybody that I get on here, this is when I get the most excited. All right. So the question is, what you got coming up next? What's coming out next? What are you working on? You're literally in the studio right now, so don't tell me you're not working on nothing. What's next to come from Nikko?
Man, it's a lot right now that I got in the vault.
Word.
Obviously, there's gonna be a Bodega Tapes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. It's interesting, man. When I thought about the project, I wanted to do it in 4 installments because I wanted it to reflect the seasons of a year. So obviously, we have the first Bodega Tapes summer hits. That's all.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
The next one's gonna be more fall centered, so I'm gonna get more deeper into some topics. It's gonna be a lot more poetic, live instruments this time. So it's gonna be dope. Hopefully some more interesting collabs, because that's what this project was also meant for. Like, an excuse to collab more with people I didn't think I could.
Yeah, so, that's what's up.
But until that starts getting there, I got a few singles that I'm gonna release by the end of this year, and hopefully Bodega Tapes concert. So that's in the mix right now. I got my sound guy. My band is getting the arrangements done. So it's just getting a date and killing it.
Nah, that's what's up. You know, I'm way down south and I ain't driving up there. But that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know, I know everything. I know everything is aligned and it's sound, but it's gonna be beautiful. It's absolutely gonna be beautiful, and I can't wait to have the whole collection of the Bodega Tapes, all 4 installments. I'm literally post them up side by side. And be like, this is the summer one right here. You can't listen to this unless you really try to bop. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. And I did feel that vibe from volume 1. So that's what's up. You're definitely on the right track, bro. I absolutely love it. For sure, for sure. So you say you got some more Bodega Tapes coming up. You got some singles that you're going to drop before the year is over as well. Right?
Yeah, man.
All right, for sure. And for those of you who have not listened to the first Bodega Tape, listen to me very carefully. It's called The Bodega Tapes, Volume 1. All you got to do is search Nikko, all right? Matter of fact, I'll let him tell you all of that. Tell everybody who's listening where to find you, where to find your music, what platforms, so on and so forth.
Yeah, man. Social media stuff, just at loudmouth_Nikko. That's with 1K. If you're looking for my music, it's on all streaming platforms. Just look up Nikko, Nikko, and then the title of my projects. You could put Nikko, Bodega Tapes Volume 1, Nikko Dream On. Those are 2 projects I'm extremely proud of, extremely happy that God led me to create.
Yes.
I'll definitely say I'll push you more towards Bodega Tapes because, oh man,
it's the most recent. It's the most
recent, but I have the most fun on it, man.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, listen, for those y'all who watch teriyaki, listen. Yo, like it's just so fun. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's the most simplest. Like it's like the hook is very simple. It's very. They literally say teriyaki a bunch of times. But them verses are so hard. It's just a perfect song. Like it's like, you know what it reminded me of? It literally reminded me of a cipher. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys just in a circle during lunch, and you know you just walk in. You know what I'm saying? And just say teriyaki a couple times and jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like man, I love it. I love it. Like the whole project.
Man. Like. I wanted to find another way to say drip. Like I got tired of having to use the same like acronyms or phrases that we use in culture. And you know, like I wanted a reason to boast in who God made me to be. And the other 2 guys on it, they gave them a reason to boast in who God made them to be. So it's like I wanted to. By the end of the day, this project was meant to honor Christians. I felt like we spent too much time digging into other random issues. I don't get enough that encourages who I am in God. So like this project is like my love letter to like my fellow Christian community. Like, yo, be proud of who you are. Even with the persecution, even with just the difficulties of life. Yo, teriyaki, man, you got the sauce. You want to, bro. Come on, why are you sweating this little stuff? And like, yo, I ain't
It's so
free. At
true.
the end of the day, like,
Yeah.
no chain homie no more, bro. You free. There's just so much
Yeah.
on that project that
Bro, bro,
encourages
I
you.
tell you, it's so lit, bro. It's so lit. 'Cause I was just listening to it all the way here. That's why I'm so amped too. Like, yo, like the hooker, all you hear yourself in the back of sauce. I'm just like, yo, this. I like this dude a fool.
Yo,
Yo,
we're all trying to be funny
beautiful,
and cool with it, bro.
beautiful. Um, uh,
Definitely.
man, I love it, love it. Wait, Ashley Rose Butler asks, "How can I?" I think she's trying to get on an album.
No, no. How Can I is the last song on the album. And
Oh, okay.
that's my
Okay. You
word
gotta
for
put
the
that in
word.
quotations. So I don't think you actually asked the question. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
How Can I was honestly my most powerful and favorite track on the project.
Oh, the last. Oh, yeah, that was heartfelt.
Yeah,
That
man,
was heartfelt.
that's my KB record, bro.
Yeah,
That's
that was
my
heartfelt.
KB record, man.
Yeah, that
And
was
I like,
heartfelt. That was. That
yeah,
was. That
yeah,
was.
man.
Man, no, yeah, the whole project is dope. Whole project is dope from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? It definitely gave that summer vibe. Definitely gave that. You know, it's almost like you know, it's so like when Drake dropped "So Far Gone," like it's an official mixtape. It kind of gives you a mixtape vibe, but at the same time, it's official as well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
super,
yeah.
super, super dope, man. Super, and I tell everyone who's watching, make sure you go check that out for sure, for sure. So that's what's up. So we're basically coming into a close. Um, First and foremost, you know, I want to thank everybody for joining in. You know, by the way, if you have any questions, you can ask them now. You know, before we get off, if there's any questions you want to ask Nikko, Mr. Loudmouth, all right, make sure you ask them before we get off. But the first thing I want to say, if you know you're an artist or you always thought about making music or you always just thought about having an official music business, let's say you're already making music and you just haven't become official yet, I want you to do one thing after you watch this video. Go to my website, WesTheTechProductions.com, and download my free music business checklist, all right? It's very simple. It's a free checklist. You can literally just download it. It'll tell you 3 simple things that you can do to get your business started, all right? Very, very simple, very, very easy. It's free. Now, if you want a more in-depth, step-by-step guide on how to start your music business, where I take you from one step to another, it's 13 steps. You could also check that out as well. That's on the website. That's like the upgraded version of it. So you could also check that out as well.
Why stop
Oh,
there, man? Talk about that book, D.
you said,
Talk
oh
about
man,
that
listen,
book, D. Come
listen.
on,
I
man.
put so much work into that book. I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right.
You
So
got knowledge out
basically,
the wazoo. Promote
bro.
that, dude.
So basically, long story short, everything that I've learned from starting from nothing, wanting to do music, to literally being an official artist is in that book, step by step. It's just 13 steps. Don't make this world or people confuse you into thinking it's something that's difficult or impossible to achieve. It's very, very simple to get your music on all streaming platforms. You guys need, it's not that hard. You can literally do it in a day. It's very, very simple. You know, people make it complex, but it's not hard to start your own music business. It's very, very easy. You follow these steps, and trust me, by the 13th step, you'll have your own official independent music business. All right. So it's not hard at all. Make sure you go check out that book. It's an ebook. It's my first book. You know what I'm saying? But I just, you know, to God be the glory, and I pray that it helps. All right. Oh, now, so I had a question. Do you have a favorite Bible verse? And if so, have you used it in your song yet? Ooh, that's a good question.
Bro,
That's a,
I've switched between so many verses, and I think it's because of the seasons I be in.
that's true.
One
That's true.
of my favorite verses would have to be when it goes, you know, that he's traded our sorrow for joy. You know, and there was during a time when, like I had told you, back in
Yeah,
2019, I felt like I had lost everything.
yeah.
And I didn't think I'd get back to a place where I can, you know, be happy again or live
That's
a
deep.
fulfilling life. I always go back to that scripture, just waiting on God to come through on that promise. Like, God, you said that you traded, you know, my sorrow for joy. You said that, you know, although, you know, morning and night joy comes in the morning. How does that look? And it took 3 years, but like it took 3 years, but I was able to see it. And that's the affirmation I want to give, where it's like, yo, at present, things may not look the way you want it. Matter of fact, it may look the opposite of what you expected. But all God needs is time. Amen. Are you willing to give him that time? So I was able to use that on the How Can I record. I say, struck down but never destroyed. What can you do to your boy? Debt free, who you trying to exploit? You traded my sorrow for joy. So it's like, at the end of the day, the enemy want to use that. Yeah. But God already exchanged that. You can't bring up my past no more. God gave me my future. So speak it. Yeah. No, that's mic drop. I ain't got nothing. That's it right there. That's it. Y'all gonna have to replay that one. That man just dropped some sauce. Like you said. Put teriyaki on that, bro. Put teriyaki on that, bro. Another question. He tried to do. This is a trick question. In the Larry versus Bird, who rapped harder, Andy Manil or Wordplay? All right. See, he tried to cause controversy. I'm not gonna answer that, but if you want. See, now here's the issue here, because now it's on what song, because Wordplay definitely came harder on one song and he definitely did his joint on another. That's true. This is just a clear example of, two great MCs duking it out. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's true. That's gonna be difficult to say, my guy. I still love Dance. I'm not gonna lie. If there's anyone that I follow, his career is Andy, bro. Like, that dude is sick, man. That dude is sick. I think, like, my boy put me onto him first, and I was like, he's kind of nice. And then he was on the Sway Morning Show. I don't know if you ever seen that. Oh, when come on, Sway was just throwing out books of the Bible, and he was just writing it into his freestyle. I'm like, okay. All right, this guy right here, This is what the CHH community need right here. You know what I'm saying? So like, he killed that joint. No, sure. And I ain't answered that question, bro, because I'm trying to have both of them on the show one day. They're not trying to mess me up. They both did extremely well. How about that? No, they did. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so again, everybody, thank you for the questions. Of course, Nikko, thank you so much for being a part of the show, bro. It was an absolute blessing, bro. Like, it means so much to me when I can speak, Christian speak God with a fellow believer and everything like that, bro. Beautiful. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody before we go? Man, I'm always somebody who loves to work with people. So don't be afraid to hit me up for a collab. I'm always looking to work with some dope artists. Yes. And even that, for anybody who's watching this, and like Tech said, man, like you're about to start your business, my one and only advice for you at the present moment is invest in yourself. Like you need to be able to put the same amount of money in you that you'd expect people to give you. Feel me? So like whether that's equipment in your home, a better mic, paying for marketing, whatever. However you can do it, man. Because by the end of the day, it excels you towards what you may believe God has for you. That's it. Invest in yourself, man. That's the best. I've done it. And there were times where it was difficult. But I mean, look, I'm working in a studio. Hey, a nice one too. Got 3 albums out. So like, it's worth it. It's worth it, and it makes being motivated to do this all the more easier. Amen. So just invest in yourselves, man. Trust me, it's worth it. That's it, man. That's so true. That's it. I got nothing else to say behind that. That's beautiful. Again, everybody, that's episode 5 of the Speakers Don't Lie. WesTheTech, Nikko, aka Mr. Lama. Y'all make sure y'all go follow and listen to the Bodega tapes. You heard? The Bodega tapes. When teriyaki come up, think of me. All right.
You gonna hear, and I think it was the first hook. You gonna hear, you gonna say sauce in the background. If that don't light up your day, I don't know what will, because it definitely lights up. Again, Nikko, thank you again for joining in. You're a great guest, brother. And that's the Speakers Don't Lie. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. We see you guys next time.
Yeah. Blessings, bro.